Hey, Keeble Cubs, welcome to this skills lesson. Friends, today we're going to continue as we have been doing with ELA Skills lesson and work on our sounds, our spelling, and our reading abilities. The goals of today's lesson are that you will know the names and sounds of the letter cards that I show you. You will understand what a period is at the end of a sentence and how to track the print of the story we are reading in today's lesson. And you'll be able to read today's tricky word, all. Let's get started. So friends, we're going to do what we did yesterday with our short vowel sounds. I'm going to point to the short vowel sounds and you are going to repeat not only the sound after me, but the hand gesture that goes with it. Eh, 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 eh. Ah, 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 ah. And finally, ah, 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 ah. You see how when we do it like this, eh, eh, ah, 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 ah. It lets us know a little bit better about the difference of these sounds. I found the really helpful because it circles the the O of your mouth, like a circular shape. Okay, friends, now we are going to review the letter names and sounds. So I want you to tell me both the letter name on the screen and then the sound. So tell me the letter name is, and then say the letter. And then you say the sound is, and then you say the sound that that letter makes. So for example, the letter name is E, the sound is eh. Now your turn. That's right, the letter name is I, the sound is I. The letter name is A, the sound is ah. What's this one? The letter name is O, the sound is aw. Good job. How about this one, friends? That's right, the letter name is U and the sound is Good job. Okay, here's our first digraph, friends. So you tell me the two letter names and then the sound that they make together. That's right, friends. Here we say the letters C and H, and them as a digraph, they make the sound ch. Good job, friends. What about this one? Good job. This is the letter W. It makes the sound W. How about this one, friends? These are the letters S and H, and they make the sound sh. How about this one, friends? This is the letter V, and it makes the sound V. What about this one, friends? That's right. This is the letter P, and it makes the sound P. And what about these two? What letters are they, and what sound does it make? That's right, friends. This is T and H. The letters T and H, and they make the sound or v. Good job, friends. What about this one? This is the letter D, and it makes the sound D. How about this one, friends? This is the letter T, and it makes the sound T. Good job. What about this digraph, friends? What are these letters, and what sound do they make together? These are the letters N and G, and they make the ng sound. Good job. Keeble Cubs, tell me this one. That's right, this is the letter S, and it makes the sound S. And what about this letter? This is the letter G, and it makes the sound G. Good job. And finally, what's this digraph? Tell me what this one is, friends. These are the letters Q and U, and they make the sound Qua. Keeble Cubs, what is this letter? This is the letter J, and it makes the sound J. And finally, last but not least, answer this one, friends. This is the letter M, and it makes the sound mmm. Good job, Keeble Cubs. All right, friends, now we're going to review the tricky words that we have learned so far in our past English skills lessons. Remember, friends, most words in English play by the rules and are pronounced exactly the way that you would expect them to be sounded out and pronounced. But some do not, and these, my friends, are our tricky words, the ones that don't play by the rules. Friends, even though sometimes a tricky word has parts of it that you can't pronounce, most of the time, tricky words aren't all tricky. It's usually just one or two sounds in the word. I'm going to put the tricky words that we have learned so far on the screen, friends, so we can review. When you see the words, you'll see that some of the letters are underlined. The parts of words that are underlined, friends, are the tricky parts, so we can't sound those parts out. But the parts that are not underlined can be sounded out. Let's get started. Keeble Cubs, what's this first tricky word on our screen? It's the word for the number 1, Keeble Cubs. 1. And it's all underlined because it is all tricky. So we just need to know that these 3 letters together, O and E, make the word 1. And how about this? This is T, and this part can't be sounded out. Do you remember what this word is, friends? This is the word 2, like the number 2. So we have 1 and 2. Good job, friends. So what do you think this is? We had 1 and 2. And this is 3. Good job, Keeble Cubs. This is how we spell the number 3 in a written word. Friends, tell me, what's this sound? Because it's not underlined, so we can sound this part out. This is that's right. And this E, we can't sound it out because it doesn't sound like it normally would. It's a V and a. What word is this? This is the, Keeble Cubs. That's right. What is the single letter word now? What is the single letter tricky word? This is a or a. Good job, friends. All right. Can you tell me what tricky word this color is? Blue. That's right, friends. Good job. And what about this tricky word? We can sound out the first 3 letters, Keeble Cubs. It is also a color. Yellow. Yellow. That's right, friends. All right, friends. Do you remember what this tricky word is? This is the tricky word look. Good job. What is the single letter tricky word? The other single letter tricky word that we have. This is the word I, like I am teaching you a lesson right now. Good job, friends. All right, friends. This tricky word is actually the name of the middle letter. What is this tricky word? Are. This is the word are, like we are in a lesson right now. Good job, friends. All right. We have it, lit. And this one isn't underlined, so we can sound that out too. Oh. So we have lit, oh. Keeble Cubs, what's this tricky word? Little. Good job, friends. Keeble Cubs, do you remember what this tricky word is? It's down. Good job. What about this one? Out. This is the word out. Good job, friends. And what about this one? Do you remember what this tricky word is, Keeble Cubs? This is the word of. And this is the tricky word we learned yesterday in yesterday's skills lesson. What was yesterday's tricky word, Keeble Cubs? Funny. That's right, Keeble Cubs. This is the word funny. Good job. Okay, friends, now it's time for today's tricky word. Today's tricky word is the word all. So this is the word right below me on my screen is the word all. And some places pronounce it differently. It depends where you are. But for now, we're going to pronounce it all. And you'd see this and you'd think it would be pronounced ah, but it's actually pronounced aw, ul. So it's all. And it looks like it's but it's only when you see the two L's next to each other, Keeble Cubs, you know that it actually just makes the sound of one L. So two L's next to each other always makes the sound. So here we see the word all. Friends, remind me, what is this word on our screen right now? All. That's right. Today's tricky word is all. Now we're going to read a few sentences from an activity that contain the tricky word all to practice reading sentences with this tricky word. Read along with me. We're going to practice tracking our sentences. I can look up at all the stars. I can look down at all the fish in the sea. I look at all the cookies in the oven. See, friends, how even in these words, all the little tricky words have the sound underlined that we can't pronounce. All these underlined words are some of the tricky words that we have learned so far. Good job, Keeble Cubs. So friends, we're going to go into a read aloud next, but these are some of the words that we are going to see in the read aloud that we should recognize that contain all of these sounds. First, let's go across to list these sounds. A, I, aw, ng, and f or v. So friends, tell me, what's this word right there? Sam, the name of the book. What's this one? And that's right, good job. What about this word? D, makes dad. Good job. What about this word? Past, past. Good job, friends. Now let's practice the I words that we'll see in the story. Is. This is the word is. The tricky sound of the S because it makes the Z sound at the end. Is the word his. Good job, friends. What's this one? In. Good job. And how about this word? It makes sit. Good job. What's this word, Keeble Cubs? This is the word fish. What about this one, Keeble Cub? Twists. Twists. Makes twists. Good job. What about this one? Swims. Swims. That's right. And then the last one down below is Keeble Cubs, do you know what that one is that we just sounded out right below swims? It's the word lifts. That's right, friends. Good job. Like you're lifting something up. Somebody lifts something up. Now we're going to use the words. D. We learned this yesterday. This is the word rod, like a fishing rod, friends. And what about this one? This is the word pond. That's right. Now let's go to the words. What's this word, Keeble Cubs? Net. Net. Good job. And what about this one, friends? Is gets. Now let's go over the words. What's this, friends? Sound it out. tugs, like you're tugging. Somebody tugs at something. Good job. And what about this one? J, a, m, s. This is the word jumps, Keeble Cubs. And the ng. So we have b, I, ng, z. This is the word brings. Good job, friends. And what about this one? Can you tell me what this word is? This is the word swings, Keeble Cub. Good job. And now let's go over this. These ones right here. So it could be either th or th. And in this word right here, this is the word, is actually this. It's th, I, s. And this one is th, what's this one? It's a tricky word of ours. It's the. That's right. So these both have the th sound, but some have th sound also. Good job, friends. Okay, friends, today we're going to be reading from the same big book and the same story that we read yesterday. First, tell me, this is the front page of the book. What is this page, Keeble Cubs? This is the cover page. That's right. And right here we see the title, which says what? Sam. This is the book of the title is Sam, and a title is tells us about what the book is going to be about. So we know the book is going to be about this boy named Sam. Friends, another really important piece of a book or before the story is its table of contents. And this is what it is here, friends, the table of contents. And a table of contents lets you know all the pieces of the book and the different stories for this, in this case, and the page that those stories start on. So each different line here, Sam and the fish on 2, Fun at the Pond on 10, Sam's Pets 16, although this is the title right here, and then right next to it is the page number. So Keeble Cubs, tell me, Sam and the Fish is the first story, the one that we're going to read today. And what page number does Sam and the Fish start on? It starts on page 2. That's right. And Keeble Cubs, can you tell me what's the total amount of stories that there are in this whole big book, Sam? What are the amount of stories you see here? Count them all up. There are 13 in all that we're going to get to read in the book, Sam. That's a lot of stories. Okay, friends, so it's finally time to get to today's story. We are going to be reading Sam and the Fish again together. I want you guys to, I'm going to read the first time, and I'm going to track with my pointer, and I want you guys to track with finger with the print from left to right and from top to bottom with me. And the second time, I want you guys to actually read the story with me. So I want you guys to read the story on your own, tracking the print from side to side, and make note of the periods in the story, Keeble Cubs. Remember, periods are what we see at the end of sentences, so we know that it's the end of one sentence and the start of another. Let's read Sam and the Fish.
Okay, friends, now I am going to read the story the first time, and you are going to follow along with my pointer, tracking the print and making note of the period at the end of the sentence. This is Sam. Sam and his dad fish in a pond. Sam's dad brings a rod. Sam brings a net. Sam and his dad sit and sit. Then zap! Sam's dad gets a fish. The fish jumps. The fish twists and swims. Sam's dad tugs on the rod. The fish swims past Sam. Sam swings his net. Sam lifts up the net. The fish is in the net. Sam and his dad grin. The end. Now, friends, I'm going to go back to the first page, and this time you are going to read it out. Make note of the underline, which means that that sound is tricky, so we can't send it out. And track your reading, the words that you're reading from left to right, from the top one to the bottom one. And make note of the period. That means it's the end of the sentence. I'm going to use my pointer to point to the words as you read first. This is Sam, period.
Sam and his dad fish in a, tricky word, a, pond, period. Sam's dad brings, tricky word, a, rod, period. Sam brings a net, period. Sam and his dad sit and sit. Then zap. Sam's dad gets a fish. One of the tricky words, the fish jumps. The fish twists and swims. Sam's dad tugs on the rod. The fish swims past Sam, period. So end of sentence. Sam swings his net. Sam lifts up the net. The fish is in the net. Sam and his dad grin. All right, Keeble Cubs, we are all done with today's lesson. By now, you should know what letters are presented to you, their names and their sounds. You should understand how to track the text of a story and recognize important parts of a story and book, like its the periods at the end of sentences, a title page, and a cover page, and you should know how to spell and read the tricky word all. Great job today, friends. I'll see you tomorrow.